good afternoon, good morning, happy middle of the day, wherever you're watching from. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me and I appreciate it. Guys, listen, we are in the middle of Swell, Ripple 2019. I'd be lying to you if I said this is, basically what we've been waiting on, because it's not. It's going to be a quick video. The message of this video is, listen, today is day 2. We didn't get any really groundbreaking information, yesterday. I know we kind of got some statistics about how many customers Ripple has, how many of those customers are on-demand liquidity, and let's just go over that really quickly. So we know Ripple has about 300 customers, and of that, like about a dozen or so are on ODL. When you do the math, that's about 8% roughly. Not a great ratio. Outside of that, no tremendous groundbreaking information has come out. We've got word that, FX is using on-demand liquidity. Again, not really that impressive, but I want to tell you guys not to panic, okay? It's day 2. Let's wait to reserve final judgment to the Ripple situation. We're looking at the price here at 28 cents. We're about 2 cents down from where we were at yesterday. There's a little bit of a sell-off that's taking place. If you've been following me on Twitter, I've kind of just been, being very objective with what I'm feeling in real time as it's happening. Again, let's not panic. It's okay to feel what you're feeling in the moment. But again, when it comes to final judgment, let's kind of wait until they say what they've got to say. Again, yesterday I was kind of going over the real-time status when they were kind of announcing who they were working with. And I'm going to touch on this again in another video. A couple points I want to touch on is them doing business in Southeastern Asia and how Southeast Asia compares to the rest of world markets. Asia is a emerging market. It's not a legacy market. So there's things that we have to pay attention to. And if you've been following me on Twitter, then, you know that this is going to be, I've said it, this is going to be a very, very, very long-term investment. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. I personally don't even think this is going to be what many of your favorite YouTubers may have told you in terms of Ripple being like a reserve currency or even being used by central banks and the IMF. I personally just don't see it. I'm trying to stay 100% objective in my fact finding and just going basically 100% off what Brad Garlinghouse and what other Ripple execs have said about the project and what they're trying to accomplish. Joe Katz has even come out and said, hey, this thing is taking longer than we originally anticipated. I know he wanted to be out of the project within a year or so, but because it's taking longer than originally expected, I think he's kind of signed on to see this thing through. And basically what I'm trying to say, if you are a holder of Ripple, don't make any rash decisions now. Now, I will tell you, the time to make rash decisions is probably going to be after day 2. And if you've got a pretty sizable bag and you're like, you know what, you're anticipating that blowback being pretty significant, yeah, maybe you are selling at 28 cents. We've seen people sell at 30, 29. We even touched all the way down to 27, and, we wicked back up to 28, where we're currently sitting at now. So if they don't have any significant news being released at the end of day 2, then yeah, it may be time to reevaluate your position. I personally think we could see XRP at below 25 cents or thereabout, 25, maybe sub 25, on the absolute worst case scenario. Personally, I think it's going to be about 10 years for Ripple to do the things that they are looking to do. And that's just me, not playing it safe, but that's just me looking at it through a very elongated lens, taking all the sensationalism out of the project, taking all the conjecture out of what we're hearing about the project from, again, your favorite YouTubers, and just saying, based on what we see, based on what we know, I think it's safe to say this is going to be at least a 10-year hold. Now, if you're okay with 10 years, great. You're in fantastic shape. Again, maybe you sell a little bit because I do see this going down, and maybe you buy back in a little bit of a lower. But let's wait until we get at least the last bit of information coming out of day 2 before we make any rash decisions or any final verdicts. Now, if you're following me on Twitter, you kind of know where I'm leaning towards this. and that's okay. I mean, that's just the way I see it. All right. But again, I'm on Twitter. I'm looking at YouTube videos, and there's a lot of people in the XRP community who had high hopes for us going into Swell, and day one was just kind of a lackluster, opening day, and a lot of people aren't really happy. So let's just kind of hang out, see what we got, and we'll check back here a little bit later. I mean, we were watching Alex Cobb's stream yesterday. That guy, man, golf clap for him for trying to make some kind of hype, some kind of captivating message coming, out of that day one as well, even though there wasn't a whole lot to really get excited about. But I understand he's in the community. He's trying to, contain people's imaginations and their interests and offer them a little bit of escapism. But, I was watching that. It was so hard because they really weren't giving him a whole lot to work with. So, hey, shout out to everybody who's there. DAI, Mr. B, they're doing their live updates and their live streams every now and again. That's cool, but we really need some hard stuff. All right, so whatever you guys can get, as long as it's that significant information, something that's really going to move the needle, because that's really what we need. Most times I'm saying we just need to make a connection with the ball. We need a home run right now. People in the XRP community, they need a home run right now, because they don't really have a whole lot to look forward to. So just want to jump in here, give you guys my 2 cents. Again, we're all looking at this together. Let's wait to reserve final judgment. You can be leaning one way or the other right now. That's totally okay. But as far as, your final judgments, let's wait until everything's all said and done. Stay up to date with everything that we're seeing with me on Twitter, or just on Twitter in general with the hashtag SwellRipple2019, XRP. You want to follow me, you can, at CryptoGlenn. Till later tonight, guys. I will see you later. Peace.